You know, considering the vast universe of 40K and a lot of the videos that I end up making, it's very rare that I get asked to talk about something that I want to talk about. Mind you, I like talking about every single one of the requests that I have, except for anything that involves the Iron Hands, because screw those guys. But one thing that I have been wanting to talk about in terms of 40K has technically been involving retcons and just fandom facts or random lore facts. In terms of retcons, I think that it's going to happen. With how old the 40K universe is, and I don't mean in lore, I mean when the novels were created and all of the lore combined, over time changes are going to happen to fit the narrative of the newly and ever expanding lore. I personally don't find the point in getting upset at it. It's not like me being upset is going to change much of whatever GW is going to do, because if that was the case, then GW would have changed a lot already. Sure, there may be stuff that doesn't necessarily make me happy. For example, how they changed how Sanguinius went out and he got beaten to a pulp. My god, did that crush my soul. But at the same time, it is what it is, and I still really enjoyed reading about it. Sort of. Like I said, it did hurt a lot. My point being, though, is that no matter how big of a creator you are, or just the fans gathering together to be upset about whatever retcons they end up doing, GW is going to do it anyways, and I don't find the point in being upset about it. Whether I like it or not is irrelevant, and retcons are going to happen whether we want them to or not. The second thing that I want to talk about, though, when I was talking about the fandom facts, what I mean by that is examples like Tyberos the Red Wake. Don't get me wrong, Tyberos the Red Wake is described to be humongous. He is gigantic, but he's not like the size of a Primarch, and I think I've mentioned a video on this before. He doesn't wear modified Dreadnought armor, he wears modified tactical Dreadnought armor. Another word for this is Terminator armor. Terminator armor may be the equivalent of slang or a shorter version of just describing tactical Dreadnought armor. They are both the same exact thing, but tactical Dreadnought armor is not the same as a Dreadnought armor or a Dreadnought. And the reason why I'm bringing these discussions up is because then you have the fandom that may or may not run with it, or just people read it on Reddit and they take it for exactly what it is. I am not going to doubt the fact that Tyberos is probably incredibly strong, or rather, he is incredibly strong. But the fact of the matter is, we don't necessarily have a lot of lore that supports how strong he is. We just know that he is, quote unquote. There's no feats describing his strength like that of Dante going up against a Swarm Lord. Figures like that of Asterion Moloch going up against certain other enemies that he should also most certainly pass from. Or even like that as my boy Bjorn the Fell-Handed, who has actually gone up against a Primarch. My point with this being, and it's not just specific to the situation of Tyberos the Red Wake, is that a lot of times there's something incredible, whether it be a feat or a character being described, that we end up reading about, and then we end up taking it and going way off the rails. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with it. I love talking about 40K and some of the amazing characters and all of their feats, but I try to keep it as real as possible, for lack of a better description, in a science fiction universe. I want to provide you guys with information and or lore facts that are exactly that, facts, as accurate to the actual lore from the books as possible. Not just some random facts like some people believing that the Grey Knights could absolutely be bodied by the Space Wolves, which I disagree with, because that situation was just a slap in the face. At least that's the way that I describe it. Imagine if you invite your friend over for a parlay. Mind you, yeah, you were gonna betray them too, and then your friend comes over, and as soon as you open the door, your friend slaps you in the face. You weren't expecting it. Nonetheless, it happened. Don't get me wrong, the Grey Knights did get kind of wrecked in that situation, but the Space Wolves were probably going to lose in the end. This doesn't mean I'm against any debates of what characters are stronger or who would be who. By all means, I love those conversations. I guess I'm just a stickler for lore accuracy in comparison to what I think may happen. But Grimsicle, there you have it. Those are kind of two things that I've wanted to talk about from my perspective for some time. I guess I've been too scared to, because I know some people are going to have opinions on this. Nonetheless, if you have a different opinion, that's totally fine. This one is just mine. With that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a comment if there's anything you guys want to hear about next. Remember to join the Discord and to follow for more.